I think the prospect of Gingrich actually becoming president for the old guard is horrifying. I mean, they're all comfortable, they're all set in their ways, they're all part of an establishment. I come along, I'm a genuine populist. I know enough about Washington to change it, and I'm distanced enough from Washington to change it, and I think they find that a nightmare.
How can Newt Gingrich distance himself and say that he's not an insider when there are those who would say he's the consummate Washington insider? I mean, he was Speaker of the House and he was in Congress for 20 years.
Yeah, and how can he say that he's not a part of the establishment? Well, look at the players in the establishment who are fighting so hard against him. They want to crucify him because he's tapped into that average, everyday American Tea Party grassroots movement that has said enough is enough of the establishment that tries to run the show and tweak rules and laws and regulations for their own good and not for our nation's own good. Well, when both party machines and many in the media are trying to crucify Newt Gingrich for bucking the tide and bucking the establishment, that tells you something. And I say, you know, and you got to rage against the machine at this point in order to defend our republic and save what is good and secure and prosperous about our nation. We need somebody who's engaged in sudden and relentless reform and isn't afraid to shake up that establishment. So, if for no other reason, rage against the machine, vote for Newt. Annoy a liberal, vote Newt. Keep this vetting process going. Keep the debate going. As more debate happens, Judge, we'll hear more from Newt and from the other candidates who will oppose his position as he claims that he's not part of the establishment. Let's hear more about it.
All right, Governor. Now, I asked my Twitter followers what they wanted me to ask you, and I'm at Judge Jeanine, and here's one for you. Jeff Campbell asks, which candidate has the best chance of beating Obama?
Well, I would answer which candidate who is most passionate about the sudden and relentless reform that's needed. Which candidate understands that government is not the answer, not on a state level, say when it comes to mandating what level of health care you must purchase, or on a national level. And I think that comes down to who can articulate their ideas, their solutions best. And in a campaign, the way you articulate that is in a debate. And I've appreciated, again, Newt Gingrich's his style in debates, his thinking, his way of explaining what it is that he stands for. So I think that in a debate, Newt Gingrich would clobber Barack Obama, and that's one step closer to the voters being able to have a tool to make up their mind whether it should be Barack Obama or the GOP nominee.
Sounds like an endorsement to me, Governor. Have you just endorsed Newt Gingrich?
I've said for many weeks now, I want to continue the process of the vetting.
But you said he's the one who has the best chance of beating Obama.
Because the math is the math, and the math is showing us.
The math is that Mitt Romney is the strongest against Obama, and even Santorum beats Newt in terms of the math.
And that's at this point, without the vetting process continuing and without the debates continuing, which I would like to see. The math is the math, and the math shows us today that Romney and Newt are very close. Now, if as the pundits are telling us, those elites who want the better of us, who want us to just obey them and listen to them, who want to shut this down.
Up against a hard break, Governor. Governor, I want to thank you so much for joining us. We're up against a hard break. Anyway.